Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A big crash overnight, closing down parts of a popular southeast side road. We have the latest from the situation and details on those involved.
The death toll rises with more bodies found at the Miami building collapse as search teams return to the rubble. We have the latest.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City yesterday. I was able to avoid all the showers, but today, what can we expect? What can we expect for the 4th of July weekend? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. Until then, good morning. 6 o'clock this Saturday, July 3rd. Thanks so much for starting your day with us.
Good morning, Max.
Good morning. Ready to start the day?
Very much. And I want to learn more about what we can expect this weekend because it's already hot. We were talking about we were sweating from the car, from the door to the car. There you go. Sarah, what can we expect?
Well, you can feel that humidity out there this morning, can't you? And, you know, the atmosphere is primed to produce a few showers and storms throughout this weekend. You know, not ideal with a lot of folks getting outside, but I still think you'll be able to salvage a good portion of your 4th of July weekend, and I'll tell you why. So we're really only going to be seeing afternoon showers and storms, potentially even early evening showers and storms throughout this weekend. And outside right now, it is fairly muggy. It's 77 degrees out there with winds from the west-southwest at about 5 miles per hour. Humidity is high. Dew points are in the low 70s. Before this 4th of July weekend, today, Saturday, we're going to have a 60% chance for some scattered afternoon downpours. Some flashes of lightning possible. And tomorrow for 4th of July itself, a little bit less coverage, but still scattered, 40% chance for those scattered downpours. And on top of that, just a couple of things to keep in mind this weekend. The ideal time for scattered showers and storms to occur is between about 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. And so that goes to show that for evening firework displays, the chances for rain are going to be a lot less. But when you do get a storm, that could produce heavy rains and gusty winds. So I think it's a good idea to have an inside backup plan ready to go, especially if you're going to some of the local rivers or local parks. Just be able to get inside that car pretty quickly if you can, because you don't want to be outside if we're seeing areas of lightning. But we've got a lot to talk about in the forecast, obviously, and I'll have more details for you coming up in just a few minutes. Alicia, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, East-South Cross is now back open after it was closed for several hours overnight after a terrifying head-on crash. So take a look. This was the scene just after 10 last night on East-South Cross and Bill Miller Lane. Police there telling us the driver of a Honda Civic was speeding westbound on East-South Cross. That's when the driver crossed over into the eastbound lane, sideswiping a pickup truck and hitting another vehicle head-on. Right now, 2 people in the hospital, 2 people in that Honda Civic taken to BAMC in serious condition. Officers tell us the driver will now be evaluated for a DWI. Now, like we were telling you, East-South Cross was shut down for several hours, but now it is back open.
About 300 residents of another condo building just miles away from the Champlain Tower South are being forced to leave their homes.
That's right. That's after it was deemed structurally and electrically unsafe. The move also considered urgent due to the possible approach of a hurricane, which could hit Florida as early as Monday.
Meanwhile, a tragic discovery amid the rubble of that building collapse hits close to home. ABC's Christine Sloan has more.
As search teams return to the rubble, the death toll climbing and a heart-wrenching discovery. Rescue workers finding the body of a 7-year-old girl, the daughter of a firefighter on the scene.
It's very difficult when we're removing a fellow firefighter's daughter. And that's just where I want to emphasize the emotion.
The girl's father has been helping with search and rescue efforts since the building came down. We're told he placed a small American flag next to her body, his jacket draped over her as she was carried down, surrounded by first responders. The federal government now picking up 100% of the cost of the search and rescue operation and debris removal. Meantime, officials are moving forward with plans to demolish the rest of the building. A few miles away, officials also concerned about another building, the city of North Miami Beach, ordering the Crestview Towers condominium evacuated, saying an audit found unsafe structural and electrical conditions. Eyes also on the tropics, officials monitoring Elsa, which could bring wind and rain to the area and disrupt search and rescue efforts.
We're not just running an emergency response, as you can see, but we're also preparing our whole community for a possible storm at the same time.
And as we head into the holiday, the neighboring city of Miami Beach canceling fireworks in honor of the Surfside victims. Christine Sloan, ABC News, New York.
In your morning headlines, nearly 30 new alleged abuse victims filing a lawsuit against Ohio State University over abuse and cover up a sexual misconduct by a former school physician. The suit claims that the university was aware, facilitated, and even covered up former staff doctor Richard Strauss's alleged sexual abuse for decades. The lawsuit states that the men were sexually assaulted, abused, molested, and or harassed by Strauss while he worked at the university from 1978 to 1998. The university has reached settlement agreements with 185 people, 17 lawsuits, and that totaled $46 million. The suspect, Strauss, committed suicide back in 2005.
And if you make any cold dishes with pre-cooked chicken this holiday weekend, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends reheating the chicken before using it. That's because of a listeria outbreak being investigated by the agency's Food and Safety Division. So far, 3 people have gotten sick with 2 states, with one of them dying. The CDC advises avoiding cold dishes made with pre-cooked chicken. Symptoms of listeria include headache, confusion, loss of balance, fever, and muscle aches.
President Joe Biden welcoming new citizens of our country via a naturalization ceremony at the White House. 21 new U.S. citizens gathering with the president in the East Room just ahead of Independence Day. President Biden praising their courage, talking about his own ancestors coming to the United States back in 1849. He also recounted a 2009 naturalization ceremony for U.S. military members. Time now, just about 6:07, 77 degrees out.
If you're wondering what deals are going on this weekend, we've got you covered. Still ahead, we have a top-rated discounted products worth the buy.
And it's Saturday. That means we have a new episode of Texas Eats. That looks delicious.
That looks so good.
We're going to have a preview right after break. Hot take, Stromboli's better than pizza.
Really? I don't think I've ever had a Stromboli.
Ooh.
All right, taking a live look with live cam. Looks good out there. It's going to be a hot weekend, but showers are expected. We'll be back with more.
So talk to me about this pizza here.
It does. We lovingly call this the Angry. So the Angry sauce is our Serrano infused sauce. We call it the Angry because sometimes it's only a little angry. Sometimes it's very angry.
It all depends on the day, right?
It depends on the day and depends on how angry I was when I made it.
There you go.
Yeah.
The Angry, we'll give it a try.
A little bit. Little.
That's really nice though.
It works.
Nice and spicy. I love the dough, good body to it.
Thank you.
It's an appropriate amount of spice. It's not over the top, and I like that.
Yeah, it's not a tough guy challenge by any stretch, David.
Wow. I had to go in for 2 bites. That was good. Great job, man.
Yeah.
The calzone.
Sure.
Sometimes people make fun of it. They're like, just get a pizza. I like a good calzone though.
Right.
You know?
Love a good calzone. I don't understand the difference between a calzone and a Stromboli, though.
Yeah, no, neither do I.
We're going to look it up. If you know, reach out and tell us.
Hard-hitting news here on KSAT this morning. Well, there is a lot to pay attention to regarding the weather, so let's get right on to it. The first thing to know is I would keep the Weather Authority app handy all weekend long because you can look at the radar, and if necessary, meteorologist Katie Blake and I will go live from the app as well. So we'll keep you informed all weekend long. Right now outside, though, it's fairly quiet to start the day. We've got partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. 77 degrees out there right now, but that's just the start of what we're going to see today. Today, our temperature should rise to near 90 degrees this afternoon. It already feels like a heat index out there, feels like 78 just because we have that very high humidity. It's 75 in Bulverde, 72 in Tarpley, 73 in Hondo, 72 in Comfort, 74 in Kerrville, and 76 in Seguin. but the humidity you can feel as soon as you step outside. This is going to be one of the ingredients for rainfall this weekend. High humidity at the surface, a lot of moisture, not only at the surface, but also aloft in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So we've got a lot of good ingredients here to see some potentially heavy rain at times around the KSAT 12 viewing area. Now, on the radar, it is quiet this morning around San Antonio, but you look up to the north and you can see very clearly out near San Angelo, a storm complex there. And ahead of this storm complex, you can see an outflow boundary from these storms. And we'll be watching those carefully because along those outflow boundaries, that's where we see redevelopment of storms. And those can be a bit random at times, but a wider view here. And again, that's where most of that rain is right now. It's along a weak frontal boundary that is stalled out. It's going to remain to our north, but we'll be watching that complex in San Angelo very carefully. Let me take you through the futurecast. This is this afternoon. The main window for storms, both today and tomorrow, will be 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Now, today, the best chance for more widespread rain is going to be north of Highway 90. But again, this is going to be very scattered in nature, and so random in the areas that it hits and the areas that it misses. So you're going to want to keep that radar handy. Now again, the afternoon 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. you can see that this particular model keeps most of the rain north of Highway 90, but with this weather pattern, we don't really trust one particular model or the other. We just know that there's going to be scattered rain in the afternoon and a few rumbles of lightning too. So the phrase I like to remember is when thunder roars, go indoors. So if you have any kind of outdoor plans, both today and tomorrow, if you see lightning and hear thunder, have a backup plan to go indoors. And your car counts. Your car counts as indoors in this situation. But with the loss of daytime heating, we'll see the showers come to an end tonight before they pick back up again tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. A little bit less coverage for 4th of July Sunday. But still the chances about 40% to see some scattered showers and storms 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. And then once again with the loss of daytime heating after the sun sets at 8:38 p.m. we should be able to see most of the rain come to an end, which is good news for firework displays, right? All right, so today's forecast, only a 20% chance for rain at noon. It'll be about 87 degrees. And then into the afternoon, that increases to about 60% coverage. 91 for the high temperature, east winds at about 5 miles per hour. And then again, notice as soon as the sun sets, we see our rain chances go down quite a bit, only isolated in the evening hours. Tomorrow, 4th of July, a high temperature of 90, 40% chance for scattered showers and storms. And then at dusk, 8:38, we'll see only a slim chance for rain. So firework displays should be great. Southeast winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. As I mentioned, we've got a lot of moisture around Texas right now, abnormally so for July. And that's going to continue over the next several days. And we're even going to get an upper level low moving into place that's going to keep rain chances high through next week. Through the whole first full week of July, we have got significant chances for rain in the forecast. So I need to move that 4th of July icon over to Sunday. But still, again, a chance for showers and storms every day and highs only in the 80s, guys.
See, here's the thing, though. It kind of works because so many people have off on Monday in honor of 4th of July.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what we'll say for now. Thanks, Sarah. 6:16, 77 degrees out.
And if you're looking for that perfect companion, we've got you covered still ahead. In our next half hour, we tell you about some holiday pet adoption specials going on today.
And a couple of 4th of July deals going on this weekend. Next up, our Marilyn Moritz has some top-rated products on discount right now.
Good morning. I wanted to give you an updated look at that 7-day because I messed that up earlier. But as you can see, 60% today, 40% tomorrow, 60% for most of next week with highs only in the 80s. I'll have more information on that and the Armed Services Forces Parade today. I've got to look at that coming up in a bit. Max and Alicia.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. Hopefully these deals we're about to tell you about better than the weather. 4th of July sales are popping right now like your favorite fireworks. That is because, well, you know, people out and about got to make up for the pandemic. But here's something you need to know. Just because something is on sale does not mean it's a good deal.
12 on your sides, Marilyn Moritz, on which top-rated products are discounted right now, making July the best time to buy.
July is the time for firecracker sales. Some actually are sizzlers.
With July 4th coming up this month, you can expect to see a lot of sales across a wide variety of categories, from large appliances to tech devices and a lot more in between.
Consumer Reports tracks prices of its top tested products all year, so here are their hot deals. Headphones. These Sennheiser noise canceling headphones are $180 at Amazon. CR says they rate right up there with the pricey models for sound quality. Vacation may be more relaxing with a DIY home security camera. The Arlo Essential Wireless Security Camera is now $100 at Best Buy. Since retailers don't want to store grills after summer, look for discounts to begin. Right now, this Weber Genesis 2 model is $780, a $50 savings at Target, Home Depot, and Ace Hardware. Had enough of our sticky weather? CR says July is best to find sales on dehumidifiers. The Frigidaire 22 pint is down to $165 at Walmart. And if it's time to spring for a new mattress,
Mattresses are almost always on sale, but that said, we do tend to see steeper discounts during major holidays. We don't really recommend purchasing one full price because you can almost always snag one on sale.
A CR fave, the Casper Sleep Element mattress, is $535 at Amazon. You will start seeing the back-to-school sales already, but keep in mind there will be deeper discounts on school supplies, laptops, and backpacks in late August. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
And of course, here in Texas, we have tax-free weekend.
Yeah, so might as well buy up. I'll buy the mattress.
Time now, 6:22, 77 degrees out.
A new docu-series about a group of deaf students dealing with the pressures of senior year and entering the hearing world. We have a preview next. Welcome back. A new documentary short looks at teenagers dealing with school, sports, peer pressure, and the future, with one significant difference for most kids. They're deaf.
That's right. CNN's David Daniel has a preview of the new documentary called Audible.
At the end of the game, one of the players, he stood up and he said, "This loss will not define us as a team."
Audible is a coming-of-age documentary set at the Maryland School for the Deaf as students deal with the pressures of senior year and entering the hearing world. Director Matt Ogans had been in touch with the school for a decade before making Audible.
I took a lot of ASL classes leading up to production. You know, I tried to get into it, but yeah, I learned about being human from them and perseverance.
It's not what we go through. It's how we go through it.
I think really one thing that's not realized is that the deaf community has a culture, that we have schools, and that we are an incredibly diverse community who experiences things from all walks of life.
Actor and deaf activist Nyle Dimarco served as an executive producer on the film.
My job was to continue to tell more of those deaf stories with an authentic point of view, and to make sure, of course, that we were seeing American Sign Language on screen, and that we were showcasing those cultural sensitivities, which are so incredibly important to the deaf community and to our culture.
No matter how tough it gets, we gotta go hard and continue to fight.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That looks really good. And
wow, I can't wait to watch it.
I was going to say, fun fact about our own Alicia Barrera, you know sign language.
A little bit. I took some classes with Aid the Silent, and nice to see you.
Oh.
Or nice to meet you. But we know each other, so it's nice to see you.
There you go. That's so cool. Time now, 6:27, 77 degrees out.
Many people are expected to travel this holiday weekend. If you are one of them, we tell you what to expect still ahead.
And a man suing the city of San Antonio over claims that a police officer using excessive force during those protests downtown in the aftermath of George Floyd. We have the details of the lawsuit next. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday, 6:31 this morning, July 3rd. Yesterday, I didn't see any showers. You make it out and about?
I did. I took my family to the airport, and it wasn't as crazy as expected, but hot, hot, hot.
Yeah.
And we know it's going to be quiet. Well, it's quiet now, right, Sarah? But it's not going to be like that all weekend?
Scattered showers and storms are going to be possible this weekend. And Alicia and I were bonding over my 4th of July earrings.
They're so beautiful.
They're like those bomb pops, you know what I'm talking about? The red, white, and blue ones. But yeah, well, you can still enjoy some time outdoors this weekend. It's just going to be that we're going to be dodging a few showers and storms. And some of those storms could produce some heavy rain and some gusty winds. Severe weather is unlikely, but it's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on today. Beautiful start to the day with a nice sunrise, 77 degrees out there right now, very, very humid. Dew points in the low 70s. You know, the Armed Forces River Parade is going on today from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you're planning on heading to downtown San Antonio to watch that parade, know that the rain should be held at bay for a good portion of that parade itself. If you're sticking around downtown, though, in the later afternoon hours, that's when we expect to see some scattered showers and storms in the area. The key time frame for showers and storms both today and tomorrow, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's the key time frame there. It's going to be warm with high temperatures in near 90 degrees. A lot of folks going to go out to some of our local state parks to enjoy some time out there today. Just know that just in about every single area, with the exception of Valverde County, a Devils River State Natural Area, every other state park has a potential to see some scattered showers and storms. Particularly if you're going to be out at our local rivers, just have that radar on hand and a backup plan to go indoors if you do end up seeing some lightning. So coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about this weekend. 60% chance today for those scattered downpours, and tomorrow about a 40% chance. But what about fireworks? I've got to look ahead tonight in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, one man is in the hospital after a big fight at a bar near UTSA, and police are still searching for the suspect this morning. This was the scene right after 2 a.m. in the 7200 block of UTSA Boulevard. Police tell us a large group of people got into a fight in the parking lot of the Sandbox Bar. Guns were pulled out, and then one person pulled a knife and stabbed a man in the chest. The victim was taken to University Hospital in stable condition. Investigators tell us the suspect took off in a gray Chrysler 300, and police are still searching for him.
A man now suing the city of San Antonio over claims that a police officer used excessive force during one of last year's protests in downtown in the following of the murder of George Floyd. So take a look. Here's what we know right now. The lawsuit filed back on June 24th states Alexander Lance spent 3 days in a hospital for injuries caused by a pair of paint bullets. It also states that while at the protest, Lance told San Antonio Police Department officer that, quote, the rifle he was carrying better have the safety on, end quote. Allegedly, according to the lawsuit, the officer responded by shooting Lance twice with paint bullets.
They didn't look at him. They didn't offer medical care. They did nothing. They hustled this cop out of there and left him laying on the ground bleeding.
Now, he is now accusing the city of being, quote, deliberately indifferent to treat his injuries, and the officer being accused of negligence. He is seeking unspecified monetary damages for medical expenses, lost wages, and physical and mental injury.
And 2 people are now charged in a crash on the southeast side that left a toddler paralyzed from one side of her body and an 80-year-old man killed. Police say Daniel Telles and Selena Hernandez were driving down Rigsby Avenue near Covington Road when 80-year-old Antonio Martinez was hit and killed back in March. Investigators say they were driving at nearly 90 miles per hour before the crash with Hernandez's 2-year-old daughter in the car. The district attorney's office says the child was not properly restrained in the car, leaving her with several spinal fractures. Both have been charged with assault causing serious bodily injury by omission to a child. Additionally, Telles was indicted on 1 count of manslaughter.
And now this morning, we know a man from New Mexico is dead after drowning on the Comal River near the New Braunfels tube chute. So here's what we know now. It happened yesterday just after 3 p.m. Officers tell us the call came after a report of a man who had gone underwater and did not immediately resurface. Police say lifeguards pulled out 62-year-old Albert Aranda from the water, taken to Christus Santa Rosa Hospital. That's where he was pronounced dead. Now, this all comes after a tragic incident earlier this week. A San Antonio father and son drowned while visiting the beach in Port Aransas.
And with this in mind, first responders are advising everyone to be really careful when going swimming. Boaters are also reminded to stay safe on the water. That includes not boating while under the influence. Texas game wardens also advise you to keep life jackets on board for all passengers and make sure you have your registration. Game wardens can stop you to do a water safety check at any time on the water, so be advised.
All right, listen up, Spurs fans. Starting in the fall of 2022, the Spurs home arena will no longer be known as the AT&T Center. A report from Front Office Sports Tonight says AT&T decided not to renew its naming rights contract that paid the Spurs $2 million a year. AT&T also selling their minority stake in the Spurs, about 7%, as part of the investor shakeup that occurred just earlier this week. And we told you about it. There was the Michael Dell situation. Now, the Spurs did not respond for our request for a comment, and we're going to dive much deeper into it later in sports.
And more people are heading back into the workforce as the pandemic subsides, but more positions are still available. Places like Hometown Burger are still looking for half a dozen employees at each of their locations. They've bumped up the starting pay to $13 an hour. Workforce Solutions Alamo says more than 20,000 employment claims are still being filed monthly. If you are looking for a job, Workforce Solutions Alamo has several programs to assist job seekers on its website.
All right, if you're planning to celebrate Independence Day, the 4th of July weekend, well, taking a little vacation, remember to pack your patience. If you're flying, the TSA says more than 2 million people going through the airport security checkpoints this past Sunday, and they expect even more travelers this holiday weekend. And if you're planning a road trip, AAA expects more than 43 million people to hit the road. Also, if you haven't been to the pump recently, gas prices forecasted to stay above a $3 average across the country this summer. And let's not forget about the pandemic. The highly contagious Delta variant now officially spread to all 50 states and D.C.
You can still celebrate. If you are vaccinated, you have a high degree of protection. If you are not, you should wear a mask and you should think very seriously about getting vaccinated.
And of course, never easy. Mother Nature also bringing some challenge to some celebrations. Expected to be dry and hot in the west, rainy and muggy in the south and along the east coast.
And if you're staying here at home, there are lots of options if you're looking to get out and celebrate.
That's right. Events will be happening here in and around San Antonio. And now this morning, we wanted to tell you just about a few of them. First up, the official celebration here in the Alamo City, Woodlawn Lake, the free event starting at 11. It's going to include food trucks, vendors, carnival games, I'm in, and the fireworks start around 9.
Also here in the city, you can catch the fireworks at Six Flags Fiesta Texas and SeaWorld. The surrounding areas are also celebrating in big ways. Bernie, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, New Braunfels, and Schertz are just some of the areas that will light up the sky during their festivities.
All right, there's so much more to talk about, but you can check a full list where everything is happening and when. Just head to KSAT.com.
And since the 4th of July holiday will be observed on Monday, there are some closures we want to remind you about. City Hall and most municipal offices will be closed on Monday. Public safety and emergency services will remain open, and garbage and recycling will be picked up as normal.
And the San Antonio Humane Society also celebrating the 4th of July, having a 4th of July adoption special.
So if you're looking for that perfect friend, well, today is the right day to head out there to the shelter and adopt. All cat and kitten adoption fees are being waived. The adoption special, Sozy Star Spangled Spectacular, wow, that's a tongue twister, is thanks to Sosie the cat.
All right, so she found her forever home and wants all the pets to find theirs as well. For more information about the special, you can visit sahumane.org.
And Animals Defense League also has some adoption specials going on today. This special is called Pick Your Own Adoption Fee. The idea is that any pet 6 months or over will not have a set fee, and you can choose the amount. For more information, just visit adltexas.org.
You a dog or a cat person?
I'm a dog person,
Okay.
but in my fantasy world, I would like to like cats.
Okay, you'd like to like cats.
Yeah, because I'm a Marie at Aristocats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sarah's a cat person.
Sarah's a cat person. You?
Dogs, all the way.
All right.
641, 76 degrees out.
Still ahead, we have more details on the AT&T Center naming rights and what comes next.
All right. Spinach, greens could make you strong, big like Popeye. That's probably what your parents told you growing up. But is it true? We're going to dive into a new study, what experts say can actually help.
And taking a live look with live cam.
Oh.
Beautiful sunrise. It's quiet right now, but like Sarah said, expect some showers. We'll be back with more.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. A big possibility you grew up with your parents saying that if you eat spinach, you'll be big and strong, just like Popeye.
But does spinach actually make you strong and build muscles? David Sears explains.
In the 1930s cartoon series Popeye the Sailor Man, he gets instant strength from eating spinach, which will help him fight enemies on the high seas. But does it work in real life? The Department of Nutritional Sciences from the University of Oklahoma says spinach contains a lot of nitrates, which can give you more energy while exercising. Doctors say spinach also has vitamin C and vitamin K, which helps lower blood pressure and the risk of cardiovascular disease. Other experts say leafy greens of any kind can help with cognitive decline. Even with all the potential benefits, Popeye's favorite food can also have some downsides. Spinach contains natural sodium, so if you decide to eat it, make sure you are not adding more salt. Also, if you're taking a blood thinner, spinach can interfere.
So, does spinach actually make you stronger? Experts say, while it won't give you any added strength, this veggie comes with plenty of health benefits. David Sears, KSAT 12 News.
All right, guys, thoughts? Spinach, yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay!
That was my Popeye impression.
All right, Alicia, behind the curtain here, Alicia looked at the picture. She's like, that looks gross.
Okay, Max. Kids, eat your vegetables. Well, he was munching on green beans this morning.
It's a breakfast of champions.
It's just like too many greens.
Producers like, stop talking about vegetables, talk about the weather.
Okay,
what's on the radar?
I can do that. First, let's talk about Hurricane Elsa, right? We want to just give everybody an update on Hurricane Elsa. It's currently a Category 1 hurricane with gusts of up to 90 miles per hour. And it is expected today to work its way through the Haitian and Dominican Republic coast before tomorrow, making it to near Cuba area as a tropical storm. Eventually, early next week, Monday, Tuesday, it should impact Florida. By Wednesday afternoon, up the eastern Atlantic toward the Carolinas by Thursday. So we'll be keeping an eye on it. We're not going to have any direct effects from Elsa. Our direct effects are going to come from scattered showers and storms this weekend here in San Antonio and across the KSAT 12 viewing area. So a couple of things to know and to keep in mind this weekend. Between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m., that is the best window for scattered showers and storms. So around San Antonio today, we really shouldn't see much on the radar until afternoon, right? But if you do happen to get one of those scattered storms, it could bring you heavy rains, which could lead to some minor flooding issues, and gusty winds, as well as lightning. And so you don't want to be outside if you're getting lightning and gusty winds. So have an inside backup plan on deck just in case you get one of those storms, because I know there's a lot of outdoor plans this weekend. But firework displays should be all right, and I'll talk about that in a bit. For now, though, here's a look outside with current temperatures. It's already 82 in Del Rio, 73 in Eagle Pass, 76 in New Braunfels, 76 in Gonzales, and very, very humid. Humidity is at the absolute tippy top of the scale, not only here at the surface, but also upstairs in the atmosphere. So we've got a lot of moisture to work with, and that's why I think minor flooding is a concern for any of the heavy storms that do develop. Right now near the San Angelo area, that's where the storms are. We'll be watching those outflow boundaries carefully. Outflow boundaries spark off random scattered showers and storms, and that's why we have scattered showers and storms in the forecast, all because of the stationary boundary in North Texas early this morning. Taking you through the futurecast, this is today in the afternoon, again between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m., mainly north of Highway 90. That's the best chance for scattered showers and storms. Don't pay attention too much to the time or the placement. Just know that in the afternoon, we're going to have areas of scattered showers and storms. Some could be heavy at times. But with the loss of daytime heating, we'll see the rain chances become slimmer and slimmer, more like 20 to 30% chance in the evening for showers. Similar story tomorrow, just not as much coverage, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's the key time frame. And then with the loss of daytime heating, we'll see the tap turn off, at least temporarily. East winds at 5 miles per hour today. Again, you can see at noon only isolated 87 for the noontime temperature, and then 91 for the afternoon high. And it's in the afternoon that we have 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Tomorrow night, 4th of July fireworks, sunsets at 8:38. That's when we believe our rain chances will become more slim. It'll be warm and muggy, and it'll be hard for us to see rain during the evening hours. But again, look how active our weather pattern is going to be for the first full week of July. A 60% chance for rain not only today, but also Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Highs will only be in the 80s. You know, it was this time last year that we saw our first triple-digit day on July 1st. We're going to be far from that this upcoming week because of the good rain chances in our forecast. Alicia and Max?
I'm happy to hear that. No triple digits.
Yeah, that's fun. 6:50, 76 degrees out.
And the Dallas Cowboys, my favorite, are returning to training camp in Oxnard, California. We have those details next.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy weekend. So, as we've been telling you throughout the week, this name right here, AT&T Center, it might look a lot different come 2022. AT&T may not be the sponsor of the stadium come the fall of 2022. That's when the contract with Silver and Black runs out, and it will no longer be known as the AT&T Center. That is according to Front Office Sports Tonight. They say that AT&T decided not to renew the naming rights contract that paid the Spurs $2 million a year, and the company also selling 7% of the team's shares in the recent ownership shakeup that now involves Michael Dell out of Austin and 6th Street, a private equity firm based in San Francisco, as new investors of about 30% of the team. That's more than 7% last time I checked. One reason we gave it to you at the top of the broadcast was that AT&T's decision to move their corporate headquarters to Dallas back in 2005. The other, according to Front Office Sports, is a cost-cutting measure to help in their merger of Warner Media with Discovery.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
All right, it is never too early to talk football. The Dallas Cowboys are returning to training camp in Oxnard, California, at the same time returning to Hard Knocks. It's a great show. It's all according to HBO, who made the announcement just yesterday. As a result, the Cowboys become the first NFL team to be featured for a third time, and it comes on the 20th anniversary of the popularity behind the scenes show. It's really fantastic. The Cowboys, like the rest of the NFL, missed training camps outside of their team facilities because of the pandemic last season. Now they get to return to camping in California. Also a chance to document the Cowboys' recovery. Comeback season, 6-10 last year, and it was Mike McCarthy's first season as head coach. Remember, Dak got hurt real bad last year, so he's returning to the field after suffering that catastrophic ankle injury. He missed most of last season, so Hard Knocks start airing August the 10th after the Cowboys have already played their first preseason game, taking on Pittsburgh Steelers at the Pro Football Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. That is August 5th.
San Antonio doesn't lay down, doesn't back down from nobody. Very, very happy and proud of the performance that he gave. And, I just learned, that those guys are dangerous. Fighting a lefty is already dangerous.
San Antonio also very proud of the fight Mario Barrios put up against Davis, and now San Antonio's own Hector Tanahara Jr. preparing for his 20th career fight. You can hear more from him tomorrow night on Instant Replay, as well as the sports guys. They're going to be continuing their debate about which athlete best represents the Alamo City. You can learn more about the Tower of Power right now on the Instant Replay page of KSAT.com. All right, before we go to break, what company's name would you like to see on there?
Fred's Fish Fry.
All right, time now, 6:56, 76 degrees. We'll be right back.
And just a reminder today, the rain will be scattered in the afternoon. Best time frame is between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. 60% chance now for the afternoon hours. But keep in mind that if you hear thunder, it's a good idea to go inside because you don't want to be outside if there's lightning or even some minor flooding issues. So keep that in mind with your outdoor plans and keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. We'll have scattered showers and storms tomorrow for the 4th of July as well. A high temperature near 90 degrees both today and tomorrow. And we're just getting started with the rain chances. Look at that. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Good chance for rain. Highs only in the upper 80s for July, guys.
I love it.
Sarah, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. We'll see you back here, 8 a.m.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
We have an overnight crash that shut down a major southeast side road. We're going to have details and the latest on those people involved.
Plus, the San Antonio Spurs lose AT&T as the naming rights sponsor of their home arena. Details on when it will take effect just ahead.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City, the sun is up. It is already 78 degrees out there. We've been talking about the heat and humidity through the morning and the possibility of showers through this Independence Day weekend. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit. But until then, good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Saturday, July 3rd. Thank you so much for joining us today. Full transparency.
Yeah.
I celebrated Independence Day a little yesterday.
Okay.
Because we're going to be working the next 3 days.
Yeah, and we're going to have to wake up really early on Monday when everyone is...
You're stuck with us. Also, Sarah Spivey.
Sarah Spivey, what's going on
I don't
in the
know
weather?
if I should be happy that people are stuck with me next.
When you
All
put
right.
it that way.
It's an
We're never
honor.
stuck with you. There you go.
There you go. Well, I am watching carefully some storms up near the San Angelo area. Now, we are going to be having scattered showers and storms throughout this weekend, so dodging a few of those this weekend. Let's take a look outside right now with current conditions, though. It is quiet around San Antonio, and it'll stay quiet this morning. We really don't expect any scattered activity until this afternoon. 78 degrees, a dew point of 74, so very humid out there. It already feels like it's 81. And a couple of things to keep in mind and things to know this weekend. Both today and tomorrow, the window for showers and storms is pretty much from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Not everybody is going to see rain, but if you do get a storm overhead, you can expect heavy rains, gusty winds are possible, and some lightning. And of course, you don't want to be outside if there is lightning in the area. So if you have outdoor plans, make sure to have an inside backup plan and keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. A lot going on this weekend, including the Armed Forces River Parade going on from 11 to noon on the river. And so if you are planning on being around downtown, just know that during the parade, things should be quiet. Not really expecting much, but if you're hanging around downtown in the afternoon hours, that's when we'll see scattered showers and storms. If you are heading to the coast this weekend, know that things are going to be all right today. Not really a major chance for rain with just a slight chop on the waters. This is mainly for the Corpus Christi area, but tomorrow scattered showers and storms. And of course, here in San Antonio, we've got that chance for scattered rain. So coming up, I'll have an updated look at the radar and we'll talk about what you can expect for the rest of the holiday weekend. Alicia, Max.
Thank you, Sarah. In your top stories this morning, South Cross was closed down for several hours after a terrifying head-on crash overnight.
All right, so let's take a look. The scene just after 10 last night. We're looking at the area East South Cross and Bill Miller Lane. Police on the scene telling us the driver of a Honda Civic was speeding westbound on East South Cross. That's when the Civic crossed over into the eastbound lane, sideswiping a pickup truck and then hitting another vehicle head on. The two people in that Honda Civic right now are at BAMC. They're listed in serious condition. No other injuries reported. Officers say the driver at fault now being evaluated for a DWI. East South Cross was shut down for several hours, but as Alicia was saying, it is now open.
Also in your top stories, a man on his motorcycle was hit by another vehicle this morning. San Antonio police say around 3 a.m., the motorcyclist was hit on Easem Road and Sandu. The driver who hit him did not stop to render aid. The victim was taken to University Hospital in serious condition, and the suspect remains at large.
City of San Antonio now being sued after a man is claiming police used excessive force during the George Floyd protests. Alexander Lance says that he was shot with paint bullets point blank by police while he was taking part in one of last year's protests near Alamo Plaza. Lance says he spent 3 days in the hospital for injuries caused by a pair of those paint bullets. The lawsuit states Lance and two of his friends went to the protests on May 30th to witness the march. While there, Lance says that he told a San Antonio Police Department officer that the rifle he was carrying better have the safety on. Lance then states the officer responded by shooting Lance twice with those paint bullets, first in the arm, then in the leg.
They didn't look at him. They didn't offer medical care. They did nothing. They hustled this cop out of there and left him laying on the ground bleeding.
The lawsuit states that Lance was in the hospital for 3 days and he now accuses the city of being, quote, deliberately indifferent, end quote. treating his injuries, and he accuses the officers of negligence. He is suing SAPD for an unspecified amount of money for medical expenses, lost wages, and physical and mental injury. Now, we've reached out to the city for comment, still waiting to hear back.
And now to a story we first told you about on GMSA. Police say the man that was murdered on the city's south side last weekend has been identified. The Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office says 40-year-old Adam Hernandez was killed early Sunday morning. A driver passing by found him lying on the ground in the 1800 block of East South Cross. Police say the man had been shot several times and was pronounced dead at the scene. At the time, police say there were no witnesses to the shooting, and so far, no reports of any arrests. And we have another drowning to report, this time on the Comal River. 62-year-old Albert Aranda from Farmington, New Mexico, was pronounced dead yesterday after going under the water near a tube chute in New Braunfels. This comes after a tragic incident earlier this week when a San Antonio father and son drowned while visiting the beach in Port Aransas. As this holiday weekend takes full effect, boaters are also reminded to stay safe on the water. That includes not boating while under the influence. Texas game wardens also advise you to keep life jackets on board for all passengers and make sure you have your registration. And remember, game wardens can stop you to do a water safety check at any time on the water.
All right, now to a big story that could have huge financial implications and will change the name so many Spurs fans have learned to love over the last few years. San Antonio Spurs will be losing AT&T as the naming rights sponsor of the home arena. The company's contract ends just next year. Front Office Sports Tonight says AT&T deciding not to renew its naming rights contract that paid the Spurs $2 million a year. The company also sold its 7% share of the team. The move by AT&T, considered a high possibility when it merged with SBC in 2005, then moved corporate headquarters from San Antonio to Dallas. The Spurs not yet responding to a request for a comment. We're going to have much more information about this later in sports. In your morning headlines, people living in a condo in the city of North Miami Beach ordered to now evacuate after a review found there were unsafe conditions there. The condo is only 5 miles away from the site of last week's deadly collapse. Engineers say they found serious concrete and electrical issues at the Crestview Towers. The move was considered urgent because of the approach of a hurricane which could hit Florida as early as Monday. The building's owners have not yet begun a mandatory safety recertification process required 40 years after the building was built.
And a ransomware attack has paralyzed the networks of at least 200 U.S. companies. Cybersecurity researchers say a major Russian-speaking ransomware syndicate appears to be behind the attack. He says the criminals are in the Rebel gang, targeted a software supplier called Kusia to spread the ransomware more widely. How many customers might be affected or who they might be remains unclear.
And the last month, the United States had the strongest month for job growth since March. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that our economy added 850,000 jobs in the month of June. That's far more than economists had expected. But at the same time, our unemployment rate actually rose 0.1% to now 5.9. And due to the pandemic, America's labor market still down 6.8 million jobs compared with February of 2020. Remember, that was the month before the pandemic basically shut down the United States. All right, taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It is already 78 degrees out there right now. It seems calm and quiet, but what is the rest of the day? What does Independence Day weekend look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a bit.
And making sure you celebrate the holiday weekend safely. Just ahead, a few tips for you and the kids if you plan to pop fireworks. And Texas Eats is back with an all-new season. After the break, David Elder is giving us a preview of BB's Tex Orleans in Houston. We'll be back.
everybody wants.
That's it.
That's the crawfish boil.
Yeah.
Now, is this a recipe that you grew up with, or how did you get going into all this food?
I grew up eating crawfish on Good Fridays in Central Texas, and then in Louisiana during the season. But my dad had an annual Good Friday crawfish bowl. We're the only people that were doing crawfish back in the days.
Everybody was cooking it up.
That's it, man.
So you got some of these recipes from your family. Have you evolved any of this into what it is today?
Yeah, you know, this recipe here is from my chef and I, just kind of playing around in the lab, and we developed it about 10 years ago. Our crawfish is a 3-step process. We get a lot of seasoning from the boil water. We have a dry spice we hit it with, then we have a really nice wet sauce we hit it with, and we just mix it all in really good together. We're really big on our add-ons. We have like 20 different add-ons.
I got a little twist action on there. Now you got to go for the head.
You got to.
No, we were just saying, I've never been to a crawfish boil.
There you go. We've never been invited, so we need to go check that out. You want to come?
Yes, and I can't believe you guys have never been to a crawfish boil. All right.
Friends.
Well, there's going to be a lot of outdoor grilling and barbecuing this weekend, and we are going to have to dodge a few showers and a few storms there, here and there this afternoon. Showing you a look outside right now, and we've got some cirrus clouds moving in, the high-thin cirrus clouds moving in from some storms up near the San Angelo area. Those may actually help us prevent tons and tons of rain out there, but we'll have to wait and see because the atmosphere is pretty volatile right now. But we're not expecting severe weather. However, scattered showers and storms are going to develop, and where they pop up, they could produce some pretty heavy rains, some gusty winds, and some lightning. So we'll keep an eye on things for you, and you can keep up with us on the KSAT Weather Authority app. There's a radar there too if you have any outdoor plans this weekend. 78 degrees outside right now. Dew points are in the low to mid 70s, so it is absolutely oppressively humid out there. You can feel it as soon as you walk out, and we're starting the day with a heat index that feels like 81. 74 in Kerrville, 73 in Tarpley this morning, already 80 in Devine and 80 in New Braunfels, 75 in Seguin. 78 at GMSA Randolph, and as I mentioned, the humidity very high. Not only is the moisture content pretty high at the surface, but we're also seeing a lot of moisture upstairs in the atmosphere, and so that's one of the reasons why that if you do get a storm today, you could see some heavy rain at times. On the radar, though, it is quiet around San Antonio at the moment. There's that storm complex up near San Angelo that's bringing us the clouds right now. We're going to be watching these outflow boundaries pretty carefully. Right now, there's an outflow boundary near Llano County and Mason County. We'll be watching those carefully, but I do not think that there will be a good chance for rain around San Antonio until the afternoon. And I'll show you the future cast here. This is just one example of something that could be possible. This is close to 3 p.m. this afternoon. Generally north of Highway 90, that's the best chance for rain today, but it's going to be scattered and random in nature both today and tomorrow. So there will be those who miss out on the rain completely this weekend and those that get a healthy downpour. But with the loss of daytime heating, a lot of these showers and storms are going to lose their fuel. And so we'll see after sunset those scattered showers and storms likely dissipate. A similar story tomorrow for us, just a little bit less coverage. And so if you are very concerned about being outside and running across the storm, time frame 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. both today and tomorrow for scattered showers and storms, and keep that radar handy. At noon, only a 20% chance, 87, 91 for the high temperature today. Scattered showers and storms in the afternoon, about a 60% chance. East winds at 5 miles per hour. And tomorrow for 4th of July, a 40% chance for scattered showers and storms in the afternoon, a high near 90. And if you're looking forward to some firework displays tomorrow night, only a slim chance for rain, because again, once we lose that daytime heating, that's when we'll see the chances for rain come to an end. As I mentioned, a lot of moisture up in the upstairs of the atmosphere. That high moisture is going to interact with a upper level support in the form of a low pressure system, keeping rain chances in our forecast for most, if not all, of next week. And that is a fairly rare pattern for us to see in July. Scattered showers and storms in our forecast with highs only in the 80s. This time last year, we had 100 degrees for the first time, tomorrow on 4th of July. So not going to happen over the next 7 days. By the way, I'll have a look at Hurricane Elsa coming up in the next half hour.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Time now 8:17, 78 degrees out.
Listen to this. The cost of drinks may be more expensive the next time you go out. Still ahead on GMSA, why booze makers may have to hike prices.
And finding safe alternatives to those fireworks, what you can do to celebrate Independence Day with your kids safely this weekend.
Welcome back. Are you going to set off any fireworks for the 4th of July this Sunday?
You know, I'm going to hard pass. What about you?
Same.
I burnt my finger on a sparkler when I was like 5. Kind of just stayed away. So anyway, as thrilling as it may be to light fireworks from home, KSAT community partner University Health has some helpful tips to keep in mind when celebrating Independence Day. First off, leave the show to the pros. Kick back, enjoy the public firework displays we have here in the Alamo City. Remember, you are not allowed to pop fireworks within city limits. Next, never let young children handle fireworks. Anyone using fireworks or standing nearby should always wear protective eyewear. And a safety reminder for sparklers, these are the ones that'll get you. They can heat up to more than 1,200 degrees. Clearly, very dangerous for young children.
We want the public to know that 66% of firework injuries happen during the 4th of July weekend. We don't want a fun time to turn into tragedy and a hospital visit.
Some fun alternatives for kids are glow sticks, confetti poppers, colored streamers, or even silly string.
All right, so as you can imagine, a responsible adult should always supervise children at all times anywhere near and around fireworks. Never relight a firework that doesn't go off, and always have a bucket of water and a hose nearby.
For more fireworks safety tips, you can head over to KSAT.com.
All right, always better to be safe than sorry. 8:22, 78 degrees out.
Still ahead, more than 2,000-foot water slide breaks a record, and a family of bears having a beach day. That's coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
The July 4th holiday is upon us, and nothing says America like a bunch of beer and a gargantuan water slide. Woo! The folks at Natural Light teamed up with some fearless West Virginians to bring the Guinness record for the world's longest plastic water slide home to the States. The previous record holder was the country of Jordan. And it worked! The massive 2,021-foot slide, emblazoned with stars, stripes, bald eagles, and beer cans, America, was conquered in wet and wild fashion in West Virginia backcountry, with Guinness record reps there to witness the insanity. Onlookers cheered as the record was confirmed broken and brought back to the home of the brave by some real slip-sliding patriots. America. People enjoying a dip in California's Lake Tahoe likely did a double take when a family of black bears showed up to frolic in the water. The surreal moment was caught on camera, with eyewitnesses saying the bear family just moseyed out from a nearby meadow and didn't even seem to notice all the perplexed people. Not even barely. You see, it is funny because they are bears. Anywho. Speaking of double takes, those celebrating the 4th in New York City will be seeing double, as a miniature version of the Statue of Liberty has been installed in New York Harbor. Little Lady Liberty, a 9-foot-tall, 1,000-pound bronze replica, was a gift from France, just like her big sister, and will face the real Lady Liberty for the holiday. The statue will then travel to its final destination in Washington, D.C. to be installed at the French ambassador's home in time for Bastille Day. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
So much to talk about. We're running out of time. 8:27, 78 degrees out.
Still ahead in our next half hour, making sure you catch your flight on time. We have some advice from airport officials if you plan to fly this weekend.
Plus, a recap of some of our high-profile court cases happening in and around San Antonio. Our Eric Hernandez has the details.
And a fight at a bar escalates to a man being stabbed in the chest overnight. What San Antonio police tell us about the investigation next.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday, 8:30 this morning, July 3rd, the Independence Day weekend, long holiday weekend. Lisa Barrera.
Thank you. Good morning. A lot of people excited about this weekend, going to be headed out to town. So, Sarah, what's going on? And you're already prepared. You have these beautiful 4th of July earrings on.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they're like bomb pops. Like, you guys remember?
Oh, yeah.
Those as kids? Yeah, they're red, white, and blue. So, yeah, we're all getting in the spirit for the holiday weekend. But as I promised earlier, we'll show you Hurricane Elsa right now, which is currently working its way toward the Dominican Republic and Haiti. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Hurricane Elsa is a Category 1 hurricane with sustained winds of 75 miles per hour, gusts of up to 90 miles per hour. Throughout this weekend, it's going to be working its way through parts of the Dominican Republic into Cuba by tomorrow afternoon, and then potentially impacting Miami, southern Florida, and most of Florida for a good portion of early next week before moving across the Carolinas by Thursday. So a storm for the East Coast. We're not going to see any major effects from this storm. In fact, no effects at all from this storm. However, we will see the potential for rainfall this weekend. Scattered showers and storms are going to be out there. Right now, though, here in San Antonio, it's quiet. It's 78 degrees. We've got cirrus clouds out there right now. And today, we really won't see our chance for rain until the afternoon, particularly between about, I would say, 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. That's when we'll have a 40 to 60% chance for scattered showers and storms, a high temperature near 91. And tomorrow for 4th of July, more scattered showers and storms in our forecast. Not everybody is going to see rain, but those who do may have to deal with some heavy downpours and also some lightning. So coming up in the forecast, I'll detail that all for you and tell you what you can expect for firework displays both tonight and tomorrow. Alicia?
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, one man is in the hospital after a bar fight near UTSA, and police are still searching for the suspect. This was a scene right after 2 a.m. in the 7200 block of UTSA Boulevard. Police tell us a large group of people got into a fight in the parking lot of the Sandbox Bar. Guns were pulled out, and then one person pulled a knife and then stabbed a man in the chest. The victim was taken to University Hospital in stable condition. Investigators tell us the suspect took off in a gray Chrysler 300, and police are still searching for him this morning.
Also new this morning, San Antonio police searching for some juveniles who they say shot paintballs at homeless people. Now, officers say around midnight, a couple of kids drove by the Blanco Bingo Hall near I-10, and that's when they shot at people with the paintball guns right in front of the building. One of the paintball pellets actually hit a woman right above the eye. She was treated on the scene by EMS.
And it has been a busy week in court. Many of the stories you've heard about for several years, and now justice is being served.
That's right. Eric Hernandez gives us an update on some of the most high-profile cases that we have been waiting to hear about.
On Monday, heartache and anger inside the 226 District Court. The family of Daniel Ramirez faced the man responsible for killing him.
The pain you caused me and my family will never go away for some of us. And I only wish that pain on everyone that loves you, because I hate you.
Jacob Embry took a plea deal in this murder case and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. On Tuesday, a case that started as a staged kidnapping and ended in the death of 8-month-old King J. Davila came to a close. Christopher Davila took a plea deal for a 40-year sentence. He must serve half of it before he's eligible for parole. Also on Tuesday, a major lawsuit was filed on behalf of the estate of slain Trinity University cheerleader Kaylee Mandotti. The lawsuit was filed against Trinity University and the man accused of killing her, Mark Howerton. The lawsuit is claiming the university failed to respond to multiple reports of stalking, abuse, intimidation, and domestic violence, and accuses the school of gender-based discrimination. If you remember, Howerton stood trial in 2019, but was declared a mistrial when the jury couldn't agree on a verdict. His retrial is scheduled for August. On Wednesday, another case ended in a plea deal. Joshua Garcia was sentenced to 35 years in prison for the murder of his girlfriend, Erin Castro. According to an arrest affidavit in September 2018, the couple was out celebrating Castro's birthday when Garcia stabbed her before running her over with his car. The now 23-year-old must serve half of his sentence before he's eligible for parole. For more on all these cases, you can head to our courts page on KSAT.com, and you can also sign up for our Open Court newsletter. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
And as we head into the holiday weekend, travelers may be experiencing more and more delays, including right here at home at the San Antonio airport. Dozens of delays and several cancellations yesterday because of the influx of holiday weekend traffic, and airport officials say air travel is expected to only increase over the weekend. Tanya Hope, the airport's public relations manager, says with the increase in flights, it is important to show up early.
So we always expect travel to be up during the holidays, but it seems like this travel season, it's up around the country.
Tons of people waiting yesterday. Only more are expected throughout the weekend. Airport officials, they're stressing the importance of arriving early and wanting to remind the public that you still have to wear a mask at the airport and wear a mask while you're traveling. Speaking of flights, taking a quick look at the departure statuses this morning. All looks like it is on time. Yeah, right there on the right-hand part of your screen. If you are out and about, if you have big plans for the weekend, make sure to check before you head out the door.
And if you're looking for something to do today, the First Responders Gospel Music Festival is taking place at Comanche Park. The festival is an honor for those who put their lives on the line every day. Reverend James Robinson of Gospel Music Ministries organized the first ever event, tells us it's his way of thanking first responders for all they do, especially during the pandemic.
For all the frontline workers and first responders, every police agency in the city, every nurse, every doctor, every home health provider, and we just want to be a blessing to them and honor them at this time and what they went through during the COVID.
The festival is today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. again happening at Comanche Park. There will be several food booths, over 20 vendors, and of course, plenty of gospel music.
All right, check this out. Great story on KSAT.com. A cybersecurity student at UIW, Ray Houston, using another skill, creating a work of art that you can wear. He entered a shoe design contest with Surgeon Creators Academy. The shoes are made from several types of material, including shark skin and stingray leather. Houston hopes to win the competition, not only have his shoe made for the public, but also create even more pairs of sneakers. If you want, you can vote right now for his design. We have the link. Just head to KSAT.com. I like them.
Yeah, those are cool. I'd buy them.
Time now, 8:38, 79 degrees out.
A new PSA aimed at unruly passengers is next.
Yeah, and still ahead, how children are reminding adults to behave during flights, plus a meme that they actually made about it.
And helping these four-legged friends find a forever home after the break. But we'll leave you with this live look with Live Cam. We'll be back with more.
If you want to look into a pair of soft brown eyes, I'm about to get licked in the face right now, but what a little sweetie. Michelle's here from the Animal Defense League, and who is this girl?
Oh, this is Miss Elva. So Elva has been with us for about a month at the Animal Defense League. She is a 3-year-old lab terrier mix, and she, I think, is kind of a forever puppy. She has a lot of energy.
But then she just sits right still and loves to be petted, and I bet she would end up on the couch and on your bed in the morning and everything else.
Yes, she's such a good girl.
And if you want to go walking, yes, I'll go back to rubbing the cheeks. Yes, indeed.
She's like, pay attention to me.
Walking partner, running partner, somebody to keep you active. She's the girl for it.
She is the one. We had her in our play yard, and she had zoomies for a straight 5 minutes, and then went straight into playing fetch. And she loves to give hugs. Yes, we're so excited.
Okay, what you got going on?
So at the Animal Defense League, we always encourage everyone to check our social media pages. We are always having new adoption specials, but we have opened up on a walk-in basis. We encourage everyone to visit both of our facilities, our Nacogdoches campus and our Paul Jollius Adoption Center, which is located downtown across from the zoo.
Oh, yes, you do. You got plenty of puppies and kittens out there, and you're one of them.
We have so many, still blowing up with kittens. It's nearing the end of kitten season, but it seems to never be ending as well.
Yeah, indeed, and you know, she's big enough to just be big enough, but not too often.
Yes, she's
okay,
perfect.
Ready to go?
She's
okay.
perfect.
Where's the squirrel? Get it.
Where is it?
Animal Defense League, 1100 Nacogdoches, or and she mentioned the Paul Jollius Center across from the zoo. 655-1481 is the, rub tummy.
Yeah.
We're happy now.
And the Animal Defense League having a 4th of July adoption special going on all weekend.
So if you're looking for that perfect friend, well, this is the weekend to adopt them. The special is called Pick Your Own Adoption Fee. The idea is that any pet 6 months or over will not have a set fee, and you can actually choose the amount. That special ends today, so hurry in.
Oh, and all cat and kitten adoption fees being waived at the San Antonio Humane Society. The adoption special, Sosie's Star Spangled Spectacular, thanks to Sosie the cat. She found her forever home and wants all pets to find theirs as well. The special happening today. We have a cat lover in our presence right now.
Sarah, what's your cat's name, Nora?
Nora. And
Nora.
poor
Good
Nora is so frightened by fireworks and thunder and like all the. So I'll be on cat duty tonight, just making sure that she feels all right. Well, speaking of fireworks, I really think that most firework displays will go off without a hitch. So that's some good news. And here's the things I want everyone to remember and know this weekend is that scattered storms, the period of time for scattered storms that are most likely 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. So during the peak heating of the day, and they will be scattered in nature. So a lot like the last several days, there will be people who do not see rain whatsoever. And then if you do see a shower or a storm, the rain could be heavy at times. It could even produce some gusty winds and some lightning. And you do not want to be outside if there's thunder and lightning. Just it's dangerous. And so if you have outdoor plans, let's say you're going to one of our local rivers or just going to a local park, make sure to have an inside backup plan where you can quickly duck inside, wait for the shower or storm to pass, and then go back outside and enjoy the rest of the day. 76 right now in Hondo, 76 in Kerrville, 80 in New Braunfels already, 80 in Pleasanton, 81 in Del Rio, and 79 in Carrizo Springs. The lower level humidity is so high. Dew points are in the mid 70s, which is above the top of our scale. Not only is it humid at the surface, but we've also got a lot of moisture content in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And so those ingredients are what's going to allow us to see potentially wherever some storms set up, some heavier rainfall. But again, this is where we're watching for outflow boundaries out near the San Angelo area. These are going to be pretty random. The outflow boundaries will be random, and that's why the rain today is going to be scattered in nature, all along a stationary boundary across North Texas. So let's take you through the futurecast. This is this afternoon. You can see that scattered showers and storms will begin to develop this afternoon, potentially getting around the San Antonio area throughout the rest of the afternoon before dissipating after sunset. Once you lose that daytime heating, you lose that fuel, and that's why most of the firework displays that go on tonight and tomorrow night, especially tomorrow night, most of them should be quiet. So that's some good news there. We'll do it all again tomorrow in the afternoon as well, again between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. before we see them dissipate after sunset. Sunset, by the way, 8:38, both today and tomorrow, 8:38 p.m. 87 at noon. We're going to keep the rain chances at bay until the afternoon generally. 91 for the high temperature, east winds at 5 miles per hour. And again, afternoon is the time frame for scattered showers and storms. For tomorrow night, 4th of July firework display, know that before sunset, 40% chance for scattered showers and storms. After sunset, that rain chance will go down. It'll just be a muggy and warm evening for us tomorrow. And then we see a pretty active weather pattern this upcoming week. Look at this, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. That is impressive, especially given that July is a fairly dry month. And even more impressive in some ways is that high temperatures will only be in the 80s for most of this upcoming week. And that is about 5 degrees cooler than average. So what a wacky weather pattern, but we'll take any little bit of rain that we can get to help out the aquifer and to help out, our little home gardens and things that we've got going on. Hey, coming up in the forecast, I'll make sure to do the Armed Forces Parade forecast because that's going on today as well from 11 to noon.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarah Spivey. 8:48, 79 degrees out.
Just ahead, are you looking to buy a car right now? Well, if you are, you might want to hold off for a bit. Up next, why car prices are on the rise. Welcome back. Well, get ready to pay more than the sticker price if you're shopping for a new vehicle. About 75% of all vehicles sold in the U.S. went for the sticker price or above during a recent stretch. That's more than double the rate before the pandemic. According to the research firm J.D. Power, demand for vehicles is up just as auto production slows down due to a shortage of computer chips. In some cases, dealers are asking $10,000 more than sticker price, according to the Wall Street Journal. The cost of a round of drinks may also get more expensive, and that's because makers of wine, beer, and spirits could start passing along higher costs. The Wall Street Journal says companies have been absorbing price increases for everything from cardboard to transportation. But if the inflation continues, booze makers may eventually have to hike up prices. One Atlanta brewer says the cost of moving a truckload of beer has doubled for them. And the FAA has children reminding adults to behave during flights. A new public service announcement features kids speaking out against unruly and violent incidents on board planes. It also shared a meme this week reminding people they could spend $35,000 on a new truck or pay that in a fine for being an out of control passenger on a plane.
Why can't we all just get along?
Right? Especially on a plane.
I know. All right, time now, 8:53, 79 degrees out.
After the break, we're talking more about the sponsorship contract ending between the San Antonio Spurs and AT&T.
Good morning, welcome back, and go Spurs, go! As we told you at the top of the newscast, the San Antonio Spurs and the AT&T, the company that has the naming rights for the sponsor for the home arena, if you've ever seen it. There you go, AT&T Center. That is ending in the fall of 2022. That's when the contract with the silver and black runs out and will no longer be known as the AT&T Center as for now. So this is all according to the front office Sports Tonight, saying that AT&T decided not to renew their naming rights contract that paid the Spurs $2 million a year, and they also sold 7% of their share in the team. Now, that move that we told you about earlier this week involves Michael Dell out of Austin and 6th Street, a private equity firm based in San Francisco. As new investors, they have about 30% of the team. One reason we gave you earlier was AT&T's decision to move their corporate headquarters to Dallas back in 2005. The other, according to Front Office Sports, is a cost-cutting measure to help in their merger of Warner Media with Discovery.
Pro football coverage.
All right, it is never too early to talk football. Dallas Cowboys heading back to training camp at Oxnard, California, and at the same time, they're going to be back on your TV screens. I don't know if you have HBO. Hard Knocks. Big announcement from HBO. It is going to be their third time being on Hard Knocks. And guys, this is a big comeback season for the Cowboys. 6-10 last season. So what can we expect this year? Good first round pick in Micah Parsons, go Penn State. And, you know, Dak is back. He is back throwing the ball, good mobility. Remember, he had that catastrophic ankle injury last year. So, Alicia, I know, big Cowboys fan. You excited? You get to see the inside info.
I'm so excited. I actually like Hard Knocks. I've enjoyed it every time they've been on there. And then Dak, who doesn't like Dak? So, yeah, I'm excited for the season.
There you go. All right, time now is 8:57, already 80 degrees out.
The new report shows firework-related death and injuries increased by about 50% last year compared to the year before. Coming up on GMSA at 9, how to keep your family safe this holiday.
And new details about the timeline for withdrawing American troops out of Afghanistan when President Joe Biden says they could be home. New details about the timeline for getting American troops out of Afghanistan.
And President Joe Biden will be unveiling a government-wide strategy to encourage U.S. citizenship. The details of what this could mean for every permanent resident in the country.
And taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It is calm and quiet out there right now, but what is the rest of the day? What does your 4th of July weekend look like? We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But until then, good morning. 9 o'clock this Saturday, July 3rd.
Good morning.
Good morning. Any good plans for the holiday weekend?
Sleeping in.
That's a lie, because we're going to be here at 3:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, afterwards, taking a nap. But I am excited for those fireworks. Sarah Spivey, you have some fireworks on your ears.
Yes, let me explain that more in context. I've got some of the bomb pop earrings, you know, the red, white, and blue bomb pops that we all had as kids. Yeah, it's definitely a fun holiday weekend. A lot of people are going to be trying to enjoy some time outdoors. I will say, though, that there are going to be a few showers and storms out there, so we'll be dodging those throughout the afternoons, both today and tomorrow. And if you have Monday off, similar story as well. Now, outside right now, 81 degrees. We're warming up, but we've got those cirrus clouds, those high, thin, wispy cirrus clouds that you can see in the background. So high humidity, though. Dew points are in the mid-70s, and so we've already got a heat index value. It already feels like it's 86 out there. So even though the thermometer will likely only reach to near 90, we are going to definitely feel humid and muggy and hot outside. And this morning, things are fairly quiet, and they'll stay fairly quiet for the morning hours. It's in the afternoons, though, that we'll see scattered showers and storms develop. So let's say that you have plans to go and enjoy enjoy one of our local state parks. Every state park from Enchanted Rock to Government Canyon to Guadalupe River out to Los Maples has a chance for rain this afternoon. Devils River State Natural Area, though, in Val Verde County, it's going to be pretty dry and hot, near 100 degrees out there. Meanwhile, back here in San Antonio, the Armed Forces River Parade is going to go on from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the River Walk. And so if you have plans to be around downtown San Antonio, know that the parade itself should be quiet. Again, we're not really going to introduce a rain chance, scattered chances for showers and storms until the afternoon hours. Then we'll see a 40 to 60% chance through this afternoon. Similar story tomorrow as well, between about 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. That's the time frame, both today and tomorrow, to see some of those showers and storms. But things look all right for firework displays. So coming up in the forecast, I'll walk you through that, and we'll talk about the pollen count, which just came in. Alicia?
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, one man is in the hospital after a big fight at a bar near UTSA, and police this morning are still searching for the suspect. This was the scene right after 2 a.m. in the 7200 block of UTSA Boulevard. Police tell us a large group of people got into a fight in the parking lot of the Sandbox Bar. Guns were pulled out, and then one person pulled a knife and stabbed a man in the chest. The victim was taken to University Hospital in stable condition. Investigators tell us the suspect took off in a gray Chrysler, and police are still searching for him.
And new this morning, a man in the hospital after a crash on the city's north side. San Antonio police on the scene telling us this all happened around 3 a.m. The motorcyclist was hit on Isom Road near 281, again on the north side. The driver who hit the man did not stop and render aid. The victim, that man on the motorcycle, was hit, taken to University Hospital in serious condition. Right now, police and investigators still working, trying to figure out who is responsible.
In your morning headlines, now to the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan and new details about the timeline for getting American troops out.
That's right. The Pentagon says the withdrawal is on track to be completed by the end of August, way ahead of President Biden's September 11th deadline. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks on the North Lawn with the latest.
As the pace is really picking up now, most U.S. troops and equipment are already out of Afghanistan. Like you said, the Pentagon is now confirming that the formal withdrawal process will be done by the end of August. Now, of course, at the same time, we are seeing the Taliban just surging in the last few weeks, taking more and more territory. Some within the intelligence community have predicted that the Afghan government could fall within months. I asked President Biden yesterday if he's worried about that. He told me he thinks that the Afghan government does have the capacity to sustain itself, but that they're going to have to grow support and conduct further negotiations with the Taliban down the road. Now, as for the thousands of Afghan citizens who have helped U.S. troops, like translators and drivers, yesterday the White House confirmed that they are working to relocate many of them outside of Afghanistan, where they'll be able to complete and wait for their immigration visas. Jen Psaki said that they are working to make sure that they are moving as many as possible out of the country before the end of the military drawdown. Many say they are facing serious risks now because they helped U.S. troops. And guys, just a reminder of the size and scope of this war over the last 20 years. More than 2,300 Americans have died in Afghanistan. Just about 800,000 American servicemen and women have been stationed there at least once.
Mary Alice Parks reporting. The White House now releasing a critical report on sexual assault in our military. Recommendations from an independent review commission include how to address sexual assaults in the military, and says the prosecution of assault allegations should be outside the chain of command. The report also cites a huge disconnect between what senior leaders believe is happening under the commands and what junior enlisted service members actually experience. In a statement, President Joe Biden applauded the commission's findings and says the report is supported by the Defense Secretary.
President Joe Biden will be unveiling a government-wide strategy to encourage U.S. citizenship. That's according to a U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services official. The initiative came out of one of Biden's early executive orders. That order directed federal agencies to develop, quote, welcoming strategies that promote integration, inclusion, and citizenship, end quote. The goal is to have a government-wide outreach initiative for people who could become naturalized citizens.
Here at home, happening today, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center still in need of at least 600 blood donors to rebuild the low supply. That's why they are hosting a blood drive happening today. It's happening at the Rolling Oaks Mall from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. If you donate, you could get a $10 Rudy's Barbecue Offer card, a $10 Valero gas card, or a South Texas Blood and Tissue Center t-shirt, among other incentives. If you want to donate, make sure you make an appointment. Call the number on your screen, 210-731-5590, or visit southtexasblood.org. Time now, 9:07, 80 degrees out.
What would you do if you wake up one morning with millions of dollars in your bank account? Well, that happened to a family in Louisiana. The story's still ahead.
And with so many public fireworks shows canceled last year because of the pandemic, a lot of Americans chose to, celebrate the only way they knew how, by themselves. But how many injuries did that cause? We're going to explain next.
And taking a live look with live cam, things are calm now, but we've been talking about it with meteorologist Sarah Spivey. There are going to be some showers today, scattered ones. We'll have more after the break.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. With so many public fireworks shows canceled last year because of the pandemic, a lot of Americans actually chose to shoot their own off.
And a new report shows firework-related deaths and injuries actually increased by about 50% last year compared to the year before.
CNN's Mandy Gaither has more on how to keep you and your family safe this holiday in today's Health Minute.
It's a popular way to celebrate the 4th of July, but fireworks can also be dangerous.
Enjoy the public displays, the ones that are being put on by professionals. They know what they're doing, and that's probably your safest bet.
Last year, more people shot off their own fireworks, sparking a spike in firework injuries and deaths. A new report by the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission shows at least 18 people across the country died in fireworks-related incidents last year. The report says there were also about 15,600 people sent to emergency rooms for fireworks-related injuries. And most of those injuries happened in the weeks around the July 4th holiday, with burns being the most common injury. If you're setting off your own fireworks, the Red Cross says to wear eye protection.
There might be some sparks, and you don't want those getting into your eyes.
Keep fireworks away from small children. Some parents may not realize that young children can suffer injuries from sparklers. And watch where you're pointing the fireworks.
You want to avoid, of course, any pets, any people, and anything that could be flammable. So we're talking about houses, we're talking about brush, anything that could cause a fire.
And never try to relight or pick up fireworks that have not ignited fully.
Do not try to restart a dud, because you never know what's going to happen with those.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And if you are setting off fireworks at home, the Red Cross says always keep a supply of water as close by as possible as a precaution, and always follow the instructions on that packaging.
But remember that setting fireworks within city limits is not allowed.
That's right.
And you know what, guys? I know there's been several years where we've had burn bans and things going on, but you know what? We've had enough rain over the last a couple of months that things are at least not completely dried out there. But of course, yes, be careful if you are going to be enjoying some fireworks. Speaking of fireworks, firework displays should be all right, because really most of the rain this weekend, if you see any rain, will be confined to the 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. hours. We did get the pollen count in. Some good news here. Molds are down from yesterday. They were at 3,000 yesterday. Now they're at 860 and moderate. Pigweed is low. Here's a look outside right now. You know, these cirrus clouds that you're seeing in the background may actually help to limit the potential for showers and storms over the afternoon hours, but we still have included it in the forecast because it is still possible to see a few pop-up showers and storms this afternoon, and some of that rain could be on the heavier side as well. Not everybody's going to see rain, but those that do may get a good, decent downpour. 81 degrees outside right now, but it already feels like 86 because of the very high humidity out there. 80 degrees in Canyon Lake, 80 in Castroville, it's 80 in Comfort, 81 at Stinson, 81 in Pleasanton, it's 78 in Seguin, and very humid. Dew points are in the mid 70s. Even though temperatures are going to be cooler than average, still near 90 degrees, the humidity is is going to make it feel oppressively humid outside. So just make sure to stay hydrated if you're enjoying some time outdoors today. On the radar, it's all quiet right now around San Antonio, but out near the San Angelo area and even into parts of North Texas to the west of Waco, seeing some showers. These were really organized storms in the overnight hours that have since lost a lot of their oomph, but we're going to be watching these carefully because they do produce some outflow boundaries, which could lead to some random thunderstorm development this afternoon. But we are getting those cirrus clouds moving in from this complex of storms, which may bode well for a lot of us this afternoon. But still, we're going to include a 40 to 60% chance for scattered showers and storms this afternoon in and around San Antonio, especially north of Highway 90. Again, time frame 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. With a loss of daytime heating, we'll see the rain turn off essentially because it's losing its source of energy, the sun. So at sunset, 8:38, we'll see our rain chances go down. So if you have Saturday night for firework displays, those should be all right tonight. And then we'll do it all again tomorrow with a 40% chance for scattered showers and storms in the afternoon hours between 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. Once again, when we lose the daytime heating, we'll see our rain chances go down. Here's a look at your forecast for the day. It'll be quiet for most of the morning here. Even at noon, only a 20% chance for an isolated shower or storm. In the afternoon, that's when we'll have those scattered showers and storms around. We'll keep an eye on things. East winds at 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 4th of July. Near 90 degrees for the high temperature. Once again, 40% chance for showers and storms. Make sure that if you have outdoor plans, you have a place to go if you do see some lightning. So indoors, in your car, one or the other should be fine. And then at dusk tomorrow, 8:38, that's sunset. Only a slim 20% chance for rain. A lot of moisture, as I mentioned, in the air. That's this red color, high moisture, all right? It's gonna stick around for most of next week and combined with an upper level low. That means that we are gonna continue to see rain chances in our forecast for all of next week. Yeah, the first full week of July, we're gonna have scattered showers and storms in the forecast with highs only in the upper 80s. I've been saying this throughout the morning, but it was this time last year that we saw our first 100-degree day of 2020. We're going to keep that at bay for at least the next 10 days. So that's some good news there. Cooler temperatures and the chance for rain in what is usually dry July.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 9:17, 80 degrees out.
So July is the month that packs deep discounts on many items. Still ahead in our next half hour of GMSA, we'll take a look at the best deals for this month.
Plus, next on GMSA, a banking error turns a family into temporary billionaires. That's next on today's Take a Look at This.
Welcome back. Well, this is a happy but sad story. An unexpected banking error temporarily turns a Louisiana family into one of the richest in the entire world.
Wow, CNN's Jeremy Roth explains in today's Take a Look at This.
At one point or another, most of us have dreamed of checking our bank accounts and finding them inexplicably flushed with mountains of money.
Money, I just can't get enough.
Well, believe it or not, it actually happened to Louisiana real estate agent Darren James, who was blown away when he realized his family's account had suddenly grown by $50 billion. James immediately informed Chase Bank, which reportedly took roughly 4 days to correct the error. That's a long time to stare longingly at that many zeros. But James said it didn't matter if it was $50 billion or just $50. The money wasn't theirs, and there was never a question of giving it back. Still, for a few fleeting days, the error had made them one of the richest families in the world. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I was just checking my phone to see if perhaps the error was done in my bank account, but I'm missing a few zeros.
Would you call the bank immediately like they did?
Yeah, of course, because there's no reason I would have that many zeros in my bank account. Not at the end of it.
50 billion. You know, happy Tuesday. 9:21, 81 degrees out.
And after 7 years, a dog, this little cutie, and his owner have been reunited. We have that heartwarming story next.
But first, we are taking a look at birthdays. First up, Kendall, 4 years old. Happy birthday, Kendall.
So cute. And this is Serenity. There's Serenity. Oh, he put his heels on. She's 1 year old. Keep posting those birthday pictures on KSAT.com/birthdays. Remember to include a name and an age. We show them off every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday right here on GMSA. Happy birthday.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy weekend. In your good story of the day, after 7 years and more than 1,000 miles, a dog and their owner finally reunited.
The dog disappeared when he was just 6 years old. Take a look. This Yorkie Terrier mix named Sergeant Pepper. Well, he disappeared in Florida, and Animal Control says someone who wasn't his actual owner claimed him from a found posting. Sergeant Pepper then spent 5 years with a Michigan family that didn't know that the dog had a microchip.
Sergeant Pepper ended up with Eaton County Animal Control, and the department used the chip to contact the original owner. Aw, so cute. It was a very dog-friendly show today.
Yeah.
Time now 9:26, 81 degrees out.
2 people are in critical condition this morning after being shot. Still ahead, the details of what police say happened.
And a cargo plane, a Boeing 737 cargo plane, forced to make an emergency landing in the water near Honolulu, Hawaii after an engine failure. We have the latest on the investigation. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Saturday. Just about 9:30 this morning, July 3rd. We know the 4th is tomorrow. A lot of people have big plans this holiday weekend. Anything you got planned?
Not really. What about you?
We're going to be here. We're going to be here today, tomorrow, and Monday. We get to hang out.
Okay.
Us, Sarah Spivey. Now, Sarah, a lot of people are wondering if they can go out and about today.
Yeah, you know, they can, all right? But there are going to be areas of scattered showers and storms. And unfortunately, it's impossible to nail down exactly which areas are going to get rain. That's the nature of what scattered showers and storms are. But let's take a quick check of the tropics. You know, there's Hurricane Elsa working its way through Hispaniola right now. Winds sustained at 75 miles per hour, gusts up to 90, and it'll be moving through the Dominican Republic, Haiti, into Cuba throughout this weekend before making it near the Florida coast and near Florida by early next week, eventually maintaining tropical storm strength potentially through the Carolinas. So we'll be keeping an eye on Elsa. It's not going to affect our weather, but if you are planning on going to the coast, perhaps Corpus Christi, Port Aransas area this weekend, there's going to be a slight chop on the waters both today and tomorrow. Water temperature of 85 degrees, so it's definitely warm down there. And only isolated rain today, more scattered in nature tomorrow. Our weather for 4th of July weekend, today scattered downpours and tomorrow scattered downpours as well. Time frame 2 to 9 p.m. That's the time frame to see pop-up showers and storms. If you do happen to get a shower or storm, the rain could be heavy at times, and again, not everybody's going to see rain. So if you have outdoor plans, just keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. You can see the radar there and find a way to duck inside if you do see lightning out there. Coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about firework displays and how those will pan out. Alicia?
Thank you, Sarah. And new this morning, 2 people are in critical condition this morning after being shot overnight. It happened just after 4 this morning. Police say 2 people showed up at Northeast Baptist Hospital with gunshot wounds. Officials are trying to determine what led to the shooting, but say both victims were shot somewhere off of Broadway. But officers added that they could not find a crime scene. Police tell us friends and family drove the victims to the hospital. This morning, they're questioning several witnesses to determine exactly what happened. And South Cross is now open back up after it was closed down for several hours after a terrifying head-on crash. It happened just after 10 last night on East South Cross and Bill Miller Lane. Police say the driver of a Honda Civic was speeding westbound on East South Cross when it crossed over into the eastbound lane, sideswiped a pickup truck, and then hit another car head on. Right now, 2 people are in the hospital. Those 2 victims were in the Honda Civic. They were taken to BAMC in serious condition. Officers say the driver will be evaluated for DWI. East South Cross was shut down for several hours, but it's back open now.
Also new this morning, San Antonio police looking for multiple juveniles who they say shot paintballs at homeless people. So this is what we know right now. Officers say around midnight, a couple of kids drove by the Blanco Bingo Hall near I-10 and shot at people with those paintball guns right in front of the building. One of the paintballs actually hit a woman right above the eye. She was treated on the scene by EMS. She's expected to be okay. The suspect's still on the loose. In your morning headline, big news out of Florida.
Residents of a different condo building in North Miami Beach, Florida, have been ordered to evacuate immediately. The city manager says the North Miami Beach Building Department has determined the Crestview Towers condominium building is unsafe for anyone to live in. A recertification report from January revealed major structural and electrical issues at Crestview Towers. This comes after a push by South Florida municipalities to review residential high-rise buildings. North Miami Beach officials launched an investigation and review of all high-rises above 5 stories to determine whether they are county and city compliant.
And Royal Caribbean now offering help in the aftermath of last week's deadly building collapse in Florida. That condo that collapsed. The cruise line's Explorer of the Seas made it to the Port of Miami on Thursday. About 600 workers will each be given their own room on the ship. Now, FEMA search dogs also invited to the ship. Crews searching from the rubble from that partial collapse of the condo. Dozens of people still unaccounted for. Right now, the death toll, 22. And one pilot fighting for his life this morning, another in serious condition after a crash landing in the ocean just off the coast of Hawaii.
Now investigators are trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. ABC's Doreen Shaw has the latest and the video of the rescue.
We've lost number 1 engine, and we're coming straight to the airport.
This morning, the U.S. Coast Guard rescue crews speaking out about the critical decisions leading them to successfully rescue both pilots after their cargo plane crash landed near Hawaii.
There's a very small margin for error.
This Maui-bound 737 taking off from Honolulu Friday morning. Just 3 minutes in, 2 miles off the coast, one engine fails. Then the second.
We're going to lose the other engine. It's running very hot.
The plane plunges.
I immediately start to have the hair stand up in the back of my neck. We know that this is for sure an aircraft in the water.
Rescue conditions dire. Pitch black darkness, 17-mile-per-hour winds.
There's multiple layers. And then you can go ahead and probably multiply that by 10.
Night goggles allowing them to follow the plane's oil train and debris. Finally, they spot human life.
I saw something reflecting on the tail of the aircraft in the water, and it was one of the pilots was waving from the tail of the aircraft.
They're about to save his co-pilot on floating cargo 200 feet away, but stop when they look back.
Everything that he was floating on sank.
They hoist their rescue swimmer down.
I quickly wrapped my flotation device, the rescue device, around him, secured it, and gave the thumbs up to get back into the helicopter.
An hour after crashing, both men rescued.
The NTSB is sending down 10 investigators to try and figure out what happened. As for the survivors, one is in critical condition, the other in serious condition. The rescue crews sending their thoughts their way and also giving them credit for what they call an amazing landing, given the circumstances. Doreen Shaw, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now to the largest wildfire burning in California. The lava fire has grown to more than 17,000 acres. While it continues to grow, its rate of speed is actually slowing down as firefighters gain containment. Containment right now is currently at 26%. The lava fire started by a lightning strike and has burned over 23,000 acres. The fires have caused thousands to evacuate from their homes.
Well, you've been joining us the last few weeks. You've heard us talk about the Delta variant of the coronavirus. But as we enter a major holiday weekend, there are so many questions. That is why tomorrow on Leading SA at 8 a.m., we are joined by Dr. Jason Bowling to break down what the variant is, what it means to you, and if you should be concerned. If you have any questions you would like to ask, you can submit them right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. All right, speaking of the holiday weekend, 4th of July sales events have become big business, but beyond the holiday, the month packs deep discounts on items ranging from electronics to clothes.
David Sears takes a look at some of the savings you can expect to find this month.
It is a great time to get out and shop. The deals kick off with sales tied to the 4th, but also look for discounts on outdoor gear as well as electronics, clothes, and accessories.
Deal News says you may find deals for 60% off patio furniture at Wayfair and Build.com. And watch for Target to slash prices as well. Summer clothing also gets marked down in July. Look for T-shirts, shorts, and swimwear to be discounted at a variety of retailers. And outdoor gear should see deep discounts in the weeks ahead. Watch for sales at Dick's and Cabela's. And if you're thinking of flying around Labor Day, now's a good time to start shopping for flights. Usually one of the best times to book a flight is about 6 weeks before you intend to travel. Apps like Skyscanner and Hopper can help you get the best deal. And if you want something to cool off during the July heat, look for a free Slurpee from 7-Eleven. Reward members of the chain will get a coupon for the freebie loaded into their accounts. David Sears, KSAT 12 News.
Well, if you're looking to stay here at home, there are also a lot of options if you're looking to get out and celebrate.
All right, so events happening here in San Antonio and obviously our surrounding areas this morning. We want to tell you about just a few of them. First up, the official celebration here in the Alamo City, Woodlawn Lake. The free event starting at 11. It's going to have food trucks, vendors, and even carnival games. The fireworks start at 9 o'clock.
Also here in the city, you can catch the fireworks at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and of course SeaWorld. The surrounding areas are also celebrating in big ways. Bernie, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, New Braunfels, and Schertz, just to name a few. They'll be lighting up the sky during their festivities as well.
All right, so this is just a small fraction of all the things going on. We have a complete list of where everything is happening and when. Just head over to KSAT.com. Time now is 9:39, 82 degrees out.
2 video games are coming together to bring all the fun to those who love playing video games. We have all the details still ahead.
And of course, it is Saturday. That means we have a new episode of Texas Eats just after our show. But don't worry, we're going to give you a preview of what looks like biscuits next.
That looks so good.
So good.
What also looks really good right now, San Antonio, this live look with live cam. It's going to be a good weekend, but of course, we've been talking about it. Expect some scattered showers. We'll be back with more.
We ended up with a restaurant with a little bit of a game store in it.
If you're hungry, this is a spot to go to. You're looking for somewhere with sports memorabilia, this is a spot to come to. Games, all kinds of stuff. I don't know if we're gonna leave. I really don't. Right in front of me, this thing is like steaming, gooey hot. Biscuits, eggs, a little bit of salsa on there, pimento cheese, potatoes, gravy. What is this one called?
This one's called the What Brent Had. It was named after my husband. It was, again, another accident. We just are a conglomeration of happy accidents.
Oh, jalapeno cheese biscuit, breakfast sausage, pimento cheese, salsa, potatoes, gravy. This is a bite. Here we go. That is amazing.
It's a filling. We are responsible for lots of carb comas.
I absolutely love this. This is the ultimate definition of comfort food. Texas comfort food at that.
A conglomeration of happy accidents. That one looked awesome.
Oh my God. Was that the first one that you were asking about?
Yeah.
What is it? A
conglomeration of happy accidents.
There we
They're
go.
responsible for all the carbs.
We could also, describe the weather that way, I guess.
Sure.
No, but we do have a chance for some showers and storms this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon. Now, the pollen count does show improvement here, though. Molds are down from yesterday. Molds were high, past 3,000. Now they're at 860. Pigweed is low at 40. All right, 81 degrees outside at San Antonio International Airport, 82 in Uvalde, 83 already in Del Rio, 79 in Kerrville, 83 in New Braunfels, 84 in Gonzales, and 83 the wake-up temperature in Pleasanton. It is so humid outside. Dew points in the mid-70s. This is one of the ingredients for the potential for rain this afternoon. And again, the rain will be scattered in nature. Not everyone will see rain, but those that do could see pockets of heavier rain as well. One thing we have working in our favor right now are some cirrus clouds that are moving in. These cirrus clouds are those high, thin clouds that prevent storms from developing really tall in the vertical. And so if we can keep these cirrus clouds around for a little bit longer, I would say that our chances for rain will go down a bit this afternoon. But as it stands, we still have scattered showers and storms in the forecast this afternoon. There is a complex of showers and storms up near the San Angelo area that's moving into right along that I-35 corridor. We'll be watching this carefully as it'll fire off a few outflow boundaries, which kickstart random showers and storms. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. This is all developing along a stationary boundary in North Texas. Let me take you through the futurecast. It shows a scattering of showers and storms from about 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. today. And then once we lose the daytime heating, those showers and storms, the tap will turn off effectively and we'll have a fairly quiet night. So if you have late night plans tonight, perhaps seeing some firework displays tonight, things should be all right. And then tomorrow, during the afternoon, a very similar weather pattern where we'll have a few pop-up showers and storms in the afternoon after about 2 p.m. through, again, 9 p.m. And then with the loss of daytime heating, those rain chances will go away. All right, today, 20% at noon, 40 to 60% in the afternoon, especially north of Highway 90. A high temperature of 91, east winds at about 5 miles per hour, and only a 20% chance tonight. Speaking of tomorrow, 4th of July, right? We're going to be looking at a high temperature in the upper 80s, close to 90 degrees, 40% chance scattered right at about 7 p.m. But once the sun sets at 8:38, we see our rain chances go down and skies will actually clear a little bit. It'll still be muggy and warm though. So firework displays, I have a feeling will go off without a hitch for the most part around San Antonio. Okay, looking at rain chances though, look at that. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, scattered showers and storms in the forecast for this entire week coming up. And that means temperatures are going to be cooler than average too. Our highs will only be in the upper 80s in the week ahead. And when all is said and done, there could be pockets of 2 to 3 inches of rain through the next 7 days. Not all at once, but through the next 7 days. So a good looking forecast for July, considering that this time of year, sometimes we hit 100 degrees. So this is looking nice.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 9:47, 82 degrees out.
Are you into video games? Well, next on GMSA, we have the latest video game news in today's Game On.
Are you into video games?
No. Hard pass.
Hard, yeah, it was a hard no. It wasn't even like, oh, you know. All right, taking a live look at the roadways. We know a lot of people out and about, a lot of road trips, a lot of visiting families. If anything pops up, we'll let you know.
All right, Max. Time for Texas Lottery. Pick 3. The numbers are 4, 0, 0, Fireball 4, Daily 4. Your numbers are 1, 6, 5, 0, Fireball 4.
And your cash 5, 3, 17, 26, 31, 35. Here you go. Mega Millions 8, 31, 32, 34, 45. Big number 19. Mega Player 2. Good luck. We'll be right back.
All right, growing up, video games, did you like them?
Of course.
Growing up or still do?
No. So fun story, I sold my Xbox about a month before the pandemic hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
The girlfriend was a little upset. She was like, everyone's getting into video games. We don't have any. And I was like, wow. Yeah, so there you go.
Opposite of what I thought. All right, well.
There you go.
There you go. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog may be known for running fast and, of course, collecting rings, popular video game. But what happens when he races into the world of Minecraft?
Whoa, CNN's Rick Damagello reports.
While Sonic the Hedgehog has his own game series, the spiny speedster can be played in much blockier form in Minecraft. The expansion to the massively popular sandbox game includes familiar Sonic game levels, along with his friends Knuckles, Tails, and Amy Rose. Sonic's Minecraft adventures are part of the Hedgehog's 30th anniversary celebration taking place this year. Sonic isn't the only familiar face joining the Minecraft world. Cartoon Network hero Ben 10 brings multiple modes to Minecraft with his expansion. Players can transform into all of Ben's alien aliases to take on the villains of his world. The How to Train Your Dragon expansion includes Hiccup, Toothless, and the other Vikings and Dragons from the DreamWorks animated films. Dragon riding and training are but some of the gameplay elements featured. Here, there be dragons. Leveling up in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
I love the end of all the Rick stories. He always has like some catch thing. Gaming up. Yeah, there you go. All right. We're a very dog-friendly show here. San Antonio Humane Society celebrating Independence Day by having a 4th of July adoption special.
So if you're looking for that perfect friend, today is the right day to head out to the shelter and, of course, adopt. All cat and kitten adoption fees are being waived. The adoption special is Sosie's Star Spangled Spectacular, and it's thanks to Sosie the cat.
You want to try to say that 10 times fast?
Nope.
Okay. So she found her forever home and wants all pets to do exactly the same. For more information about the special, just head to visitsahumane.org.
And Animals Defense League also has some adoption specials going on today. The special, it's a little bit easier name, pick your own adoption fee. The idea is that any pet 6 months or over will not have a set fee, and you can actually choose the amount. For more information, just head to adltexas.org.
Aw, so cute.
So cute.
Time now, 9:54, 82 degrees now.
Have you ever laughed so hard that tears come out and your belly starts to hurt?
Yeah, it's called GMSA Weekends.
There you go. Tomorrow on GMSA, we'll tell you about some fun facts you might not know about laughter. And the news you need to know before you go, 2 people are in critical condition this morning after being shot overnight. It happened just after 4 this morning. Police say 2 people showed up at Northeast Baptist Hospital with gunshot wounds. Officials are still trying to figure out exactly what led to the shooting, but they say the victims were shot somewhere off of Broadway, but officers have not been able to find the crime scene. Police tell us friends and family drove the victims to the hospital. This morning, they're still questioning several witnesses to determine what happened.
And also before you go, 1 man in the hospital this morning after a fight near a bar near UTSA. Police still trying to figure out what exactly happened and still searching for the suspect. Here's what we know right now. It happened just after 2 a.m. This is the 7200 block of UTSA Boulevard. Police tell us a large group of people got into a fight in the parking lot of the Sandbox Bar. Now, guns were pulled out. Then one person pulled out a knife, stabbed a man in the chest. That victim taken to University Hospital at last check. Stable condition. Investigators tell us the suspect then drove off in a gray Chrysler 300. Police are still searching for him. And a man in the hospital this morning after a crash on the north side. San Antonio police tell us around 3 a.m. a motorcyclist was hit on Isom Road near 281. The driver who hit him did not stop to render aid. The man who was hit taken to University Hospital in serious condition. Police are still searching for who was responsible.
And just a reminder, we'll be dodging a few showers and storms, mainly in the afternoons today and tomorrow. That's our 4th of July weekend. I know that a lot of people don't really want the rain this weekend, but it should be good for us in the long run. And if you're very concerned, keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy because we have a radar on there and we'll send updates right to your phone. So just to give you a summary of what to expect this weekend, best chance for storms 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. It will not rain for everyone. But if it does rain over you, you could get heavy rains with gusty winds and potentially even some strikes of lightning. So if you see lightning, remember when thunder roars, go indoors. So have an inside backup plan if you are going to be enjoying some time outdoors today and tomorrow. 60% chance on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A pretty active forecast for us over the next 7 days. We've got you covered. How about those highs only in the 80s because of the rain chances in the cloud cover? It's July, y'all. It's not March, but the weather pattern is a little upside down this week.
All right, 15 seconds left. You guys have any good plans for the rest of the day?
I'm going to try to go to a barbecue tomorrow. We'll see what happens. If there's rain, I'll be here.
I'm headed to Flores tonight to see the last Bandoleros. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, Text the Seats starts right now. I'm going to eat.